Hello everybody. I am slowly building a few models here and there. Still not up to painting. It's going to take a while and I can't promise to be regular on a schedule. But right now I do have a project I'm working on and you're going to start seeing parts of it. Just bear with me. We'll see if I get back into painting and everything else. This project will have some lighting. I need to do some strobe lighting and a few other things. So I'm going to get that skill back in place. And yeah, just enjoy. If you want to see what I'm doing with my life, go to my other channel. You'll be able to see that. Y'all, thank you for your patience. I am trying to make some videos again. My other channel gets a video once or twice a week right now. This one is going to take a while because my life is full of chaos. Thank you. Hello everyone, I have a model in front of me of all things. I know it's unheard of these days for me to actually touch a model. Don't worry, there's no paint, it's just an assembly thing from a 3D printer. SpaceX launched one of their big rockets today, one of the Starships. While it wasn't 100% success, it wasn't bad, okay? They got a lot of accomplishments. They launched 20 satellites out of it. It landed, the Starship landed, but the booster didn't land correctly. But it's a completely new ship, and these things are expected to happen. They're not NASA, where everything has to be perfect. They launch until they get it perfect. Different concept behind how things work. But we have Starship version 3 in front of me from my 3D printer, and I need to assemble it because I already have Super Heavy done downstairs. You've probably seen that video. I do have a really big orange cat next to me who's investigating everything, and we'll probably jump up here and get in the way in a minute. I am going to move the camera. No, you cannot steal that. That's your sister's. Yes. He's trying to steal a bracelet. One of my daughters gave me this. The end's fraying and it needs to be glued. She wants it glued and then knotted like this, and this end is not. And we'll put some Elmer's glue on it so I can get it fixed right. But anyhow, let's get started on what I'm here for. So I'm going to stop the camera and move it. All right, the advice that they give you in the directions, which are down here, okay? Burn all parts and assemble them. Before gluing, test everything fits and in what order the parts should be arranged. It is best to start with the fuselage. This is the nose cone right here, and the parts fit fairly well. They're going to have to be clamped while they glue. Yes, I know you want this. This is from an old Volkswagen Bug I used to have. It's the VIN plate. Okay, so here's the nose cone. If I clamp it and glue it, it'll be fine, but there's some gaps right here where things didn't line up correctly. But a good tight clamp on that while it's gluing will correct most of that. So the nose cone is there. These are the fuselage segments right here, these two, and these two. It says go ahead and glue these first. And I've already had this thing put together once or twice, so I know it does fit together fairly well. Okay, and it will hold up fairly well, and it is slotted and various other things, so once you get it together it doesn't slide up and down. See, I'm pushing so hard on this, the whole camera's moving. So that slots together really nicely. I'm going to go ahead and glue this part first. I've already glued some of the engines in the bottom. I have a bag of parts sitting in front of me and I'm going to open that up in a minute. Now this thing slots in here like this. It does go together really tight, okay? You are supposed to put the big fins on it along here. I'm going to go ahead and get some glue and put this on here. Now the super glue I'm using, this stuff, I got it at Hobby Lobby. It takes a little while to cure. So when I put the glue in here, it's not going to glue immediately. It's going to take like a minute or so for this stuff to set up, which gives me some time, and it doesn't want to come out of here. I had a pin, I put a pin in here to keep it from drying out this, and guess what? It's like, no, glue can't come out of me. So I might have to cut the tip off. And I'm getting older, so it's a little bit hard to see at times. My coordination isn't the best. And that's why I've been working on my health. If you go to my other channel, you'll be able to see my health is getting a lot better. Okay, I've lost 20 pounds. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut the tip of that off. My blood sugar level is much, much better. I used to run with about a 200 blood sugar level. I'm now running about 100, 130 sometimes. The max I've seen so far is 140. There we go. Now we got the glue coming out. So you can see I'm getting some glue in here. This is a big area that gets glued right here, so it's okay for me to be a little sloppy. Now along here, I don't want to be too sloppy because I don't want this glue to show up on the seam line for this silver PLA. So I'm going to try to be a little more careful along here with my glue. And it does go over this. And I am using super glue on this. I forgot the name of it. Isn't that bad? I know it starts with a C. I know this is some interesting stuff if you start looking into the history of it and where it came from. Alright, that should be enough glue to get this thing put together. I want to be a little careful with it because I don't want glue all over the place. I have a habit of gluing my fingers together. Some of you can probably relate to that because you've done it. There we go. That was a pretty good try. I'm going to hold it for a bit. I'm probably going to have to clamp it a bit, but these two parts fit together really, really nicely, as you can see. And I mean really, really nicely. In fact, if I were to set this down, and if I could get my cat to sit on it, it would probably be enough weight, because he's like 20 pounds, to hold that in place and get it to cure up. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to walk back here, table behind me. There's plenty of stuff with some weight. I'm just going to stack some stuff on it for a bit and give it a few minutes to cure while I glue the other fuselage together. Okay? Because this part right here also snaps together really nicely and slots in really well. So I can just put some glue along there and do it too. This is going to be a pretty quick assembly. I didn't really expect a long-term project with this one. Super Heavy went together really fast, but I kind of regret how I put it together. I'm not reprinting it. The Falcon, I'm going to reprint it because I don't like how the paint's coming out on it. It's not that big of a deal to reprint some of these things because the money I spend on them is not much. It's one thing about 3D printing your model kits. You're not spending a lot of money on the plastic, but you don't have the detail you would have with other things, and that's where the problem comes in. All right, so we got the glue on here, and it's lined up and it's glued. Now, again, this is not quick setting super glue. I do have some kicker in here. I don't know if the kicker is going to discolor this plastic, so I don't want to use it. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set this aside, put some weight on it and let it cure. And then I'm going to glue these two together, and I'm going to have to figure out how to clamp them somehow because they're going to need it. So let me go put this aside and get some weight on it and get it curing. I'm looking for something kind of heavy. Yeah. This is fun because my pieces are not curing. There's not enough weight on them and the cure time is slow. I'll come back in a little bit. I'm going to start up again in a minute. All right, you all. I didn't know it was recording the whole time. I thought it had stopped. My Irwin clamps here, these guys will go across that diameter back here, so I will be able to clamp it well. Hopefully I can get one to clamp up on the front of the nose cone up here too. But it looks like that might be a little on the harder side, so I'm going to get up and get a better clamp. But the big problem with this thing gluing is in the back. It's not in the front, but it'd be good to have a clamp on it right about the middle here. And I don't think the Irwin clamps are not going to reach. So I'll be back in a minute. Let's get a better clamp.